Hi, I just moved from California to Florida and just got married. And so I need to add my spouse to my policy and also add 3 vehicles and my 17-year-old daughter to the policy as well. And so I don't have a lot of time. So I need for you to complete that in like the next 5 minutes. If not, you can give me a call back once it's done. Can you do that for me? Oh, I have to call back? Just get it done. Hurry up. Like I have somewhere to be. Hey, yeah, I'm doing fine. Great, perfect. Can you put a man on the phone? Because no offense to you, but women don't know about insurance. So I would prefer to speak to a man. Again, no offense to you. So put me on the phone with a man because you really don't know what you're talking about, and that's not your fault. I don't blame you, but I would really prefer if you were to put a man on the phone this instant. Okay? Do not put me on hold. Just put a man on the phone. Get your manager on the phone because there is no way my policy should have been canceled. I've been paying on time and I want to speak to a manager now. Right this instant. Get me a manager. So I need for you to tell me why my premium went up $600. I have a perfect driving record, pay my bills on time, and I've been insured with you all for 10 years. So you're going to tell me why my rates have increased so much. 2 accidents? At fault? Me? Oh, no, that's a mistake. That first accident, that was a little tap. It wasn't nothing serious. I didn't even file a claim for that, so I don't even know how you all have that on record. That second accident, that was a little fender bender. That's it, a little tap. So there's no way my insurance rates should have went up. And welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiana, and if you're new here, my channel is all about my journey to reach some type of financial independence. Don't know what that looks like for me yet. I'm still working on it. And so right now I'm currently in phase 2. I just left phase 1. Phase 1 was to leave my call center / customer service job. And I'm in phase 2 where I'm trying to pursue a higher paying job, build up side hustles, entrepreneurship on the side. That's pretty much the goal. So we're going to discuss the title because I'm excited. It was an impromptu decision, like I'm not even going to lie. I initially planned to quit my job next year in June, but I couldn't wait that long. So I decided that, hey, just do it now. The world isn't going to end. So in today's video, we're going to discuss why I quit and then just tips that I have for other people if you are currently in a customer service job or call center job and you hate it. These are tips for you so you can quit as well. Okay, so let's go over why I decided to quit, or why did I hate pretty much working in a call center. So we're going to go back to 2020. We worked as an AmeriCorps Vista. They don't consider it a job, it's considered service. So I was a volunteer for a small organization. We pretty much went home because of you know what, and I freaking loved it. At this position, I was over social media. To be honest, I didn't have much social media skills. I didn't know much about social media. I was just pretty much thrown into this position and I didn't have a choice. I ended up really liking it, and once we went home, I still was over like this organization, social media. I wasn't doing much. It was just pretty much basic stuff. But I love working from home. I had so much freedom, like literally, as long as we got our work done by 5 p.m. whenever it was due and you attended the meeting, you can start your work pretty much at whatever time you wanted it. Just get the work done. So I had a lot of freedom. I was off on the weekends. It was still like 9 to 5, but pretty much it was shorter than that because, again, it wasn't much for us to do now that we were home. Typically we would go to schools, run like reading programs and things like that, which was really fun. But now everything was online. So I decided that I didn't want to renew my contract, so I did it for 2 terms. I did a summer term and then a 1-year contract or 1-year term. And so because I was only making $928 a month, yes, that is all that I was making, I decided that I needed to make more money, and so I couldn't do this anymore. I went to school for global studies. However, after college, I really didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go into debt because I was in AmeriCorps Vista to get my debt paid off, and also I just really enjoyed it as well. That's why I did it twice. So I was like, okay, I have to make more money. I need to start saving for a car. I want this, I want that. I need to find something better. Now, because I wasn't pursuing global studies anymore, I was pretty much open to any field. And then one day I was on the YouTube and I came across this channel that focused specifically on work from home jobs, but they're typically only customer service work from home jobs. I'm gonna leave like a picture of the channel name here if you are interested in finding a work from home job and maybe a customer service, but hey, you never know, it may work out for you. Didn't work for me. And so this was with an insurance company. I applied, and literally like the next 2 to 3 days, I got an email saying that the attended Zoom meeting. We got on the Zoom, we hopped on the Zoom, and it was basically like, all y'all have the job. And I'm just like, wait, no interview or nothing. Nope, you got the job, you're hired. So we all got the job from that Zoom meeting. Had to go pick up equipment. We had training. I was kind of excited. It was 2 months worth of training. We had to take an insurance exam. It was a lot. So we did 2 months of training, but I kid you not, when it was time for us to actually start taking calls, the only thing I knew how to say was the greeting. Hello, thank you for calling. My name is Tiana in auto insurance. How can I assist you? I didn't know how to take a bill. I didn't even know how the layout of the program or the site worked, because in training we couldn't even look at that stuff. Like, we couldn't see what we were working with. They pretty much had screenshots like, this is what it looks like, but as far as navigating the portals and stuff, had no idea. Didn't know what I was doing at all. So I had so much anxiety because I felt like I wasn't doing my job correctly. And then also I was in auto insurance. There are thousands of issues a person can have pertaining to their auto insurance. So all the calls weren't billing calls. This was, I got a letter from the DMV, and I'm just sitting here like, what the heck is going on? Now, we do have a helpline that can assist you, but it was literally a lot of information to take in, a lot of issues. Like, I've worked in customer service before, but in retail, the only problem people have is, I need to return this shirt because it's too small. I need to return these shoes. I went out. I don't want them anymore. You know, that's pretty much the extent of the problems. Not my policy got canceled because I didn't make my payments. My license got suspended. I need to file an SR-22. Like, what the heck? Like, it was just too freaking much. Like, it was too much at once. I really didn't know how to communicate with the members, how to de-escalate calls. So I was just sitting there like, oh my god, like, so I had so much anxiety. My anxiety was so bad. I was depressed. It was the first time in my life that I ever felt depression, and I pray that I never ever feel like that again. So from January up until September, I was sad, depressed, anxious. It was just a hot mess. Like, I would find any reason to call off. Like, I literally got my tonsils removed. I'm like, I don't have to go to work for 2 weeks. Praise the Lord. Extended to 3 weeks. How about a bus hit me, actually? It was just not ideal. It was not ideal. It was too much, and I just felt like trapped. I felt very, very trapped, and it just wasn't a good fit for me. Like, I literally went from being able to start my work when I wanted to start my work to, oh, you start at 1:15 and you end at 10 o'clock. And then if you do get a call at 9:59, right before you're about to clock out, you do have to take that call. And that call can be a 45-minute call. That call can be 30 minutes. It's just, it was too much. Another thing that I really did not like was the schedule. So we were told that yes, your training schedule and your work schedule would be pretty much the same. That was a lie. My training schedule was from 6 a.m. to like 3, 4 something. work schedule 1:15 to 10 p.m. and then my off days were split. Never again in my life will I accept a job where the off days are split. If you tell me in the interview, because now I know what to ask, I know what to check for going forward, that the off days are split, I'm not doing it. I need back-to-back off days to get my mind together, to actually get a break, because it just sucks so bad, like having one off day, then have to go back to work that next day, and then you have your next off day. Hated it, couldn't do it. Not no more. I'm not ever doing that ever again in my life. I just cannot. Probably after the 6-7 month mark, I began to feel more confident, a little bit better, not as anxious, but I still had anxiety. Like I literally had to go to therapy. I've talked about it in some of my previous videos, because I was just so anxious and just dreading the next day. Like every day just felt like I was just forcing myself to just get up and do it. Like, oh, it's such a horrible feeling. I hated it. But I feel like I got better a little bit on the phones and dealing with people, becoming more stern with my answers, like actually telling people like, no, I can't do this, I'm sorry, but the final answer is no. So that's one thing I really struggle with in the job as well. It's like, I remember somebody told me, it's like, you care too much. Like, you don't have to care that much. Just no, no, no. And I'm like, it's easy for you to say because you aren't on the phones. Like, you aren't taking calls. So it's easy to just like, say no, do this, say that. But it's not that easy sometimes. And getting yelled at, just dealing with things that I don't know how to really confront. There were situations like I literally just sit there and don't say nothing because I'm literally speechless. I don't have anything to say, and then I have to try to think of something to say. It's just like, man, this is too much. So if you are considering leaving your call center job, if you're like me and it's just not fitting, it's just not aligning with your purpose, mentally, physically, spiritually, you're just drained, I implore you to do it. Now, before you do it, I also implore you to create a plan before you do it. I pretty much didn't complete my plan. So I thought I was going to quit, or I expected to quit in June of 2022. But one day I looked at my phone and I saw that it was like 6 months, 7 months before that date. And I was like, I can't do this. And then that day I put in my 2 weeks notice. So I only have about 4 months of expenses, 4.5 months of expenses. For someone else, I would definitely look at how much it costs for you to pay like your monthly bills, save that up, preferably 6 months or more. But if you're like me, that wasn't the case. So if you can't save up that amount, maybe if the job is just like really tugging at you, just go ahead and leave, or go ahead and find another job and then save up. Or if that job works for you, stay. That is all that I have for today. For me going forward, what I plan to do is work on my portfolio. Hopefully I can come up with something within these next 4 months, and then start applying next 4 to 5 months, because I should be fine. And then start applying to marketing jobs, and hopefully land something where I'm being paid more than what I was being paid, because I really need to start, making enough money where if I have to live on my own, I can afford to do so. And with that job, I literally couldn't do that. Although I was making double, even more than double what I was making being in AmeriCorps Vista, where I was being paid less than minimum wage. So that's the goal. Hopefully everything works out. If you made it this far in this video, thank you for watching. I pray that everything goes well with you and your future, and you can quit your